I usually divide mistakes on these assessment tools into three main categories. The first one is lack of knowledge. So you have no idea about this concept, you've never studied it, and you need to study other resources or look for more books or more question banks to be able to know about these disease processes. Generally, these are not very common or not the main reason why you make mistakes on the exam, because most of the diseases go over and over and they take different angles from them. But the first category is the one that you have no idea about. This is a disease that you've never studied. You studied the whole UWorld question bank and you've never heard about this disease, and this could be category number one, lack of knowledge. Category number two is you've heard of this disease, you've studied it at some point in time, but you forgot. So it's mainly a memory problem. So by reviewing the materials you've studied, by reviewing your notes, by reviewing the question bank or first aid, you might be able to improve on this specific problem. That you know the information but you forgot it. You heard of this disease process but you forgot the enzyme that is responsible for that. So this is actually an easy problem to fix, because if you go and review the materials that you've studied and you have a detailed study strategy, and I have a detailed course on how to improve your memory retention, how to study effectively, that you can check out in the cards above and the description below. And this course has 100% refund policy if you're not satisfied. So as I said, this problem might look a big deal to you, but it's actually easy to fix. The third problem is that you know the disease process, you remember the disease, you remember the information, but you're still not getting the question right because you did not think correctly about it. You took it from an angle, you focused on one aspect of the question, but you should have focused on something else, or you didn't read the question right. And this problem could be fixed by you solving more questions. It might be harder to fix than the second problem, but it's still doable. If you solve more questions, you look at different questions, don't solve the same questions over and over. It gives you the illusion that you know, because you just solved the question a month ago or 2 months ago. Choose different set of questions which will give you this flexibility, the ability to look at the right thing, and pay particular attention when you're solving the question and when you're reading the explanation of why certain answers are wrong. You have to look at these keywords that makes an answer right or wrong, and in that case you would be able to answer the question easier. Because sometimes you think you know the disease process, you think you remember everything, but you missed a very important keyword in the question or the choices that makes one answer right or wrong.